Welcome back to the Barrel Talk Podcast. This is episode 113. Joined here with Nick Gwynn, back with some Marvel. How we doing?
We're doing good, man. How are you doing?
We doing all right, man.
We're doing all right. We've had some good stuff come out from Marvel recently.
Yeah, finally back on track, it seems like.
Yeah.
But
a lot of announcements,
yes.
Castings, or rumors of casting.
There was... We kind of knew one of the castings for the Fantastic Four. Now we got...
Oh, yeah, Vanessa Kirby.
And Mr. Fantastic's going to be... what's his name?
Pedro Pascal.
Yes, from The Mandalorian.
All rumors as of now, but from a lot of reliable sources.
Kind of jumping into that because that's kind of big news. Just going over the full casting. They said from rumors that a lot of people dropped out to play Mr. Fantastic because apparently Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby, has rumors right now, unless it's confirmed. I haven't really seen anything super confirmed yet, that Sue Storm's going to be the lead of the movie. Mm-hmm. And a lot of male actors probably didn't want to
be like the number two.
But Pedro Pascal wanted to do that. That's also a rumor, which is completely fine. I think Fantastic Four is slated to come out in May of 2025. I
think they should have seen it more as you're still going to be a team-up movie.
Yeah.
And you still got to think you're going to have a future. If you're joining as Mr. Fantastic, you'd have a future. You'd have more projects. Mm-hmm. You'd think.
I'm not really... Because John Krasinski seems like just a perfect cast. Mm-hmm. But...
Bro, did you know? I did not know that he had to act that all out alone.
Really?
Yeah, he was by himself. He wasn't able to do it with anybody else. Oh. And then they just edited him in post.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Which is crazy. And people were hating on him for the role. I thought he did good, all things considering.
Well, as much as people wanted it to be him, to be Mr. Fantastic, I'm glad that we did get to see, even if it was in that short setting in Multiverse of Madness, I'm glad we got to see him be the character of Reed Richards and Mr. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. But with all the rumors aside, Marvel seems to be back on track because the past month was really, really shaky because we're looking at some of the different aspects of all the rumors and leaks. And I said...
That article that came out.
Yes, I said that a lot of it could possibly be just be smoke. I don't think Marvel would pretty much self-sabotage themselves. Yeah. Because Loki was a week or two before the finale, and I'm I just don't believe that they would just self-sabotage. And Loki's been the best thing in this kind of phase of Marvel, to where I don't think they would kill off the excitement and the hype behind Kang. I still think they don't know. Apparently, they're still going with the Kang storyline. They just don't know if they're going to recast or not. And to this point now, they do have a lot of time to kind of get that figured out if they're going to recast it. Personally, I hope they don't, because I think you've done so much work with Jonathan Majors. I think it would look weird and be even more confusing. Yes, Kang is an easy character.
He is one of the easiest characters to recast if you did have to do it.
But I feel has casual fans who have been following up to this point and watched Loki, I think it's going to be really confusing if you do have to recast and have to explain that whole thing again. Yeah. But this kind of...
I don't know. It does suck, but they're in such a rough spot because Jonathan Majors is doing a great job, but his trial keeps getting pushed back. So, and they can't wait forever. Yeah. You cannot wait forever to make a decision on this guy, especially when he's been in 3 of your past 5 projects, So they really do have to figure it out. So I don't want to put too much pressure on him because, if he can't come back, that's sick. Yeah. We would love to have him back because he's doing a great job, but if he can't, you can't.
Yeah, but this can get us into season finale of Loki. Mm-hmm. You kind of had mixed emotions about it and then rewatched the episode and then kind of... Alright, because I think that episode gave me everything I wanted personally. Mm-hmm. There's only been a couple good full character wrap-ups in the story. In terms of Marvel, I think Iron Man has a complete wrap-up, which is why I'm against them bringing back Robert Downey Jr. because they wrapped up the character so perfectly. And then same with Chris Evans as Captain America. I think they wrapped up that character really good. You could say they wrapped up Black Widow, but... There's already talks about her coming back and working for a secret project with Marvel.
That wasn't related to Black Widow.
That wasn't related. So unless they're planning on bringing these guys back as variants, I don't think you should touch the character at all unless you have somebody else play these characters, play Iron Man and the Secret Wars variant kind of thing. But I don't know, Loki's story, I think it's perfect. I think you wrapped it up perfectly. It's just tough because there's a lot of questions on what's next for the character. Because this is I would say he is the face of Marvel at this point.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the finale?
Yeah, so right away, I was less of a fan of it just because I felt like there were so many things that I wanted answered that I didn't get answered. But yeah, I watched it again and I kind of just like looked at it at face value and just saw that it was really good. Yeah, I mean the character development of Loki, the way that they did emotion in the show, they did like a great finale with no action.
Yeah,
you know, we just had a bunch of conversations. So they did a really good job with that. But something I really did want is I wanted us to kind of be able to sit in the world after Loki fixed it and see what the difference was. Like, why were we fighting for this so hard? You know, what is Loki? He's stuck here. He can't move. He's sacrificing his life. Give us a little bit of seeing what it's for, at least.
I think it would have been interesting to see, like, when they were going through the entire process of the loom getting destroyed and all those branches being pruned in one of the episodes. I feel like it would have been cool to see, like, a live shot of, like, that universe. Like, even if it was, like, a bunch of different shit we've never seen before, a bunch of different variants we've never seen before, but see those universes just completely get wiped. I think that would have been really cool to see and have more impact on, like, in terms of, like, the stakes of just, like, everything going on and, like, why they're working so hard to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that would have been cool. But like you said, to have that good of a finale, but really no action, it shows how good the show was.
And it's stuff we've already seen. Yes. Like, you're just going back in time and doing the same shit over and over. And just, like, the fact that he went, whatever, like, it was, like, centuries, decades, centuries, whatever it was. I mean, just crazy to think of what this Loki kind of went through. And now he did that ultimate sacrifice. And that scene, oh my gosh, like how they made it look.
Yes.
CGI was crazy. That chair looked sick.
It's really like the character kind of wrapping up with Loki, and it seems like they've really done it perfectly to the point where, like, as much as I would like to see Loki come back in future projects and everything else like that, I understand if they don't because of how they ended it and how clean and how perfect the ending was. But it would be cool to see Loki in, like, a big Marvel movie project again, obviously.
I think it would just be great to see him come back in Secret Wars.
And that's the one...
Because he's like super... Like, this is overpowered Loki. This is prime Loki.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this more so... It's tough because I understand the fans. Because it's to the point now where, like, if you have Kang... The only person you want to see, like, go toe-to-toe with him is Loki at this point because he's had already so many interactions with him other than Ant-Man.
Right.
Like, so...
I mean, maybe... What if we're building up to that? I hope.
I hope we're building up to something like that because that's kind of, like, the only thing that makes sense. I feel like that's the only thing that's going to really connect with the audience and everything else like that when it comes with Loki being the one to defeat Kang. But I feel like... It's to the point now where, like, Loki's so big of a character now. I don't think you can have a big Kang movie without Loki being in it. Mm-hmm. I just think they're kind of too tied.
They're tied together now.
Yeah.
You know, their stories are literally intertwined. The biggest version of Kang that we've seen, He Who Remained, was just beat by Loki. He was outsmarted by him. He destroyed that loom and took the Citadel for himself.
The only thing I kind of wish we did get is... Just nitpicking and adding on to what they could have done with the episode is like what you said, what happened after Loki does become the god of stories, like what happens to the He Who Remains, like where does he fall in all this?
I had a bunch of small questions. I actually wrote a note with all my questions about the episode on it. It's just like, where's the Citadel at? Like the Void, like we see Renslayer wake up and she sees that Goliath, the smoke monster.
Because she ended up being the one to tame him in the first place. Yeah. So I do think that does get brought back up at some point.
And then, like, if you look down at, like, it pans down to the ground and it's like an old TVA thing. Like I said, all time, always on the ground in the void. So, like, I don't know, man. There's still a lot of stuff that I think they can't be done with this story completely.
I don't think you can either.
There's still so many questions that we have.
I'm very interested to see what they do with the cast of Loki and who does make it to and who returns. The only person I think that just doesn't return, sadly, is Owen Wilson. I think his
I think you can see him back.
I think his story just like it ends perfectly. It's not nothing that you need to wrap up. I mean, he's out of the TVA. He's onto his own everything, and I think that's just a good way to wrap his character up.
But I think you're right.
I think you could definitely see Sylvie B-15.
We don't know.
And Obi. I think those three could possibly be in another future project. I just think they make sense because they have more of their story that needs to be told. Because B-15 is running the TVA, and the TVA is linked to be in Deadpool. So you would expect to see Obi and B-15 and Deadpool. So that seems to be linked. And I've heard small rumors about the TVA being intertwined in Doctor Strange, the next one that does come out. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see who does make it out of the TV show and into a movie.
Like Renslayer. Like, we have to see Renslayer again, right? Mm-hmm. I think. I don't know.
I think she's the big one that I think that would make it.
You think so?
Yeah. I think she's the big one that would make it. But, great. I think this
great episode.
This is the best thing that Marvel's done since Endgame, in my opinion. I just think, other than No Way Home.
Overall, season 1 or season 2?
Season 2.
Season 2.
I think season 1.
Season 1 is just so much like world building, and season 2 we take off.
Yeah,
that's like real deep shit. Where
I feel like there was a lot more action in season 1, but with the intenseness and the story that was driven in season 2, I think it's just better. You get the wrap up. The last 2 episodes are just fucking fantastic.
Even 4 was hella good too.
All the episodes, like, you didn't really have an episode where, like, shit was dragging, shit felt dead. All the episodes were very interesting and entertaining. And then,
episode 2 was the only one that was questionable for me. The one that, like, they did all the interrogating. Yeah. That one was, like, the worst one for me, but it was, again, still very good. I'm nitpicking at this point.
It shows how good the writing of the show actually is because, like I said, compared to Marvel, there really wasn't any big-time action scenes. I think the biggest action scene that was really gone over was, like, in the season 1 finale, when they meet He Who Remains and he's fighting Sylvie. But other than that, all the action scenes are kind of more conversation based, and I think that's just tipping my hat off to how good the actual writing was.
They had that fight when they killed the timekeepers, and that choreography was dog shit. God damn, it was so bad. I was like, thank God that we ain't doing no fighting because it was bad.
Yeah, but great writing, one of the best written projects I've seen out of Marvel ever. Yep. It's just phenomenal show. I think this is easily the best show Marvel's ever done. I think it's the best thing that they've done.
I think they need to take a big, long look at what they did with Loki, who was on it. Put these motherfuckers on everything we got.
It's also just the dedication of the cast. I mean,
yes, the cast was amazing.
Like, too. It's also Tom Hiddleston making Loki what he is in general. Loki's obviously an interesting character, but, like, Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Like, he made the character, he elevated the character in the cast just with his acting skills alone. Him
using that line that he used at the end of the first Thor movie.
Apparently that was all he decided to say those lines.
Well, yeah, because the director, somebody made him watch all of his past stuff as Loki. Yeah, and then he saw that and he's like, damn, I should do that. But, so yeah, that was amazing finale.
Yes,
I hope we see some of them again.
Yes,
I hope.
Now on to the Marvels, which dropped and very bad in the box office, but that's just more so, I just think, because it's a Marvel's Marvel's movie. I think the movie, because we're doing a kind of recap of the MCU up to this point, because we won't get another movie till the Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good spot to do a tier list. But before we get into the tier list, we're going to break down the Marvels, and talk about how I thought this was a pretty solid film. Obviously, one of my main gripes about it should have been longer. I don't think you can have an MCU movie and be able to fully flesh it out if it's under 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I just don't think there was too many characters in this movie that didn't really get the justice they deserved. And I think, especially the main villain was really a pushover at the end of the movie. I feel like you could have done a way better job with her. Could have been another 30 to 45 minutes longer, because the movie runtime was only an hour and 47 minutes. And I felt like just too short. I don't think you can have Marvel projects this short. I just don't think so. And I think they were very hesitant because they knew how the public and the box office would react to the Marvels.
I wonder if it had anything to do with the reaction to Secret Invasion.
Could have been.
I don't know.
It's just...
And Captain Marvel, like how she's been... I don't know. People just for some reason hate her.
Yeah,
don't know why.
It's just because of her first film wasn't the best. But like I said, it's hard to do, with how powerful Captain Marvel, the character, is, it's hard to do, a villain that can be up to that stakes with her without it being, an Avengers-level threat. Mm-hmm. So, it's...
Well, I don't know, bro. I think if I had to... I like this movie. I've only seen it once, and I want to see it again because, I feel like when I go to the movies for the first time, I'm not really, I'm not looking for details. I'm kind of just like watching the movie. I'm into it. So, I think they could have done a completely different plot and focused more on her destroying the AI thing.
Yeah.
On the Kree homeworld, and like more focusing on that, and like what happened, ramifications from that. Her trying to make herself not the bad guy, because like that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Like 30-year civil war on this planet, which Kree are like one of the biggest like species in space. I think. I don't know, but I think they could have done a plot more on that and made it a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
I think it would have been nice, but I'm not mad with what I got.
I'm not mad either. You kind of bounced it off that point. Like, you definitely could have gone more with the plot of her trying to fix her reputation in space, because this is the first time we've seen like Captain Marvel like in the space realm. We've only seen her in clips, but in the second movie we've seen like, because it's always like she's always protecting something else and everything like that. So what is she protecting? What has she done since like Endgame, and what is she doing? I feel like you could have dove more into that.
Like, you're going to tell me that she was trying to fix this for 30 years, and then at the end of the movie, she just fixes their son, and everything's fixed.
Yeah.
What were you doing for 30 years then?
Yeah.
You weren't really helping them.
I don't.
So, like, I think they could have just gone with that more. I don't know.
I thought some of the...
Because, like, a big part of it is how that being called the Annihilator makes her feel. Like, focus on that. Yeah. Focus on how, like, these guys see her as, like, a villain. We see her as a hero. Put her more in, like, the villain role. Make us question how we feel about it.
Feel like having like a little bit of a redemption arc would have definitely helped a lot with having people connect with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the main thing, is just people just aren't connecting with the character and Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, and I just think I liked what I got.
Yeah, and I liked it. I thought it was funny. I think all three of the actresses did great. Mon Vellani was a star. Fucking Samuel Jackson was Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
He just did it.
You can tell this was so like way before Secret Invasion, because Nick Fury looks so much younger compared to when he is in Secret Invasion, and like Secret Invasion he looks old as fuck. So I wonder how far and
he looks
back
like
this
like
is.
Done. He looks like he don't want to do shit. He's actually energized in the Marvels. Like he's having fun.
The movie was actually funny.
Yeah, it was a funny movie. It was a funny movie.
Yes.
Miss Marvel's family is hella funny. All three of them. The villain was not great, but again, I think if they would have went with that alternate plot more, pushed that a little bit more, you could have made her a better villain.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Kind of going into I feel like the movie only really had one post credit after the credits, but I felt like it had two because of
it basically had two. It's a pre credit basically.
Yeah, Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop, and that's kind of forming the Young Avengers, which is going to be fire. They're gonna make so much money because Kate Bishop and Miss Marvel are loved by just the Marvel community and fans in general, and they're both great at the characters. By very interesting pre-credit, but the post-credit, it saved the film. It did. I think it gave that excitement for the future, and it hit for me because I've like grew up on all the X-Men films and everything else, and just seeing Beast and like seeing that version of just like everything really. First time connecting. Like, this is the first time we're seeing X-Men and MCU other than Multiverse of Madness like be a thing, like in our timeline, and it's very interesting to see. It's cool how they did it with her kind of getting sucked into that universe and everything else like that.
Right.
And it's just.
So where do you think that's? Do you think that's the 838 universe, the one that we were in Multiverse of Madness, or you think that's a completely different one?
I think that would make sense. I think it would make sense because that version of Captain Marvel doesn't end up dying to Wanda in Multiverse of Madness, and
good point.
And then Beast, he's not in Multiverse of Madness, but it would be cool. It would be something that we've seen before, where you're not having to flesh out an entirely different universe and everything else like that.
And it shows that they already have a connection. They've already been a thing.
It's very interesting to see what they do with that. I think they definitely go over that in Deadpool.
See, I didn't watch X-Men, so I didn't. Yeah. I had no idea who those people were. I was like, oh, we've seen her before. Maria Rambeau.
For me, I was
like, wow, that is her mom. I was like, wow, she's back. Let's go. Nope.
It was huge for me because I watched all those films like growing up, and it was just crazy to see the first like real connection, I feel like, other than Multiverse of Madness, like I said. And then it's interesting to see what they do with it. I think that could be the universe where that's where like Deadpool like starts. That's where like the start of the Deadpool is, and that movie and everything else.
Maybe Monica Rambeau's in Deadpool.
I think you could see a lot of different crazy shit happen in Deadpool. I think Deadpool is also going to be the first movie where we see the multiverse really used in the right way. Multiverse of Madness, I feel like, didn't really do a whole lot of multiversal travel. Like
I literally just don't think it should have been named that.
Yes.
It literally just shouldn't have been named that, because it just set it up to be, like, disappointment.
Because you only really went to one universe.
Yeah, it wasn't Madness. It just wasn't Madness.
Yeah, and then you go... I think
made, like, a Scarlet Witch name. It just been, like, Doctor Strange versus the Scarlet Witch. Or some bullshit.
I just think that Deadpool is going to really go crazy and berserk with all the multiversal travel and everything else like that. But... great post-credit, one of the best post-credits. I think it's one of the best post-credits they've ever done.
I think the pre-credit's fire.
I think the pre-credit...
Huge Kate Bishop fan.
Yes, I think that can lead into a bunch of different shit.
Fan.
And it's very cool to see them two kind of like being the ones to lead the Young Avengers in a way. So I think it's going to be very cool to see.
And then they said, she said Ant-Man's daughter, so they're going to see, what's her face?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name.
Please give her better writing.
For God's sake.
For God's sake, give her better writing.
She could be she's a good actor. She could do it good.
Give her better writing. Yes.
For God's sake.
But we're at this kind of pause in the MCU right now. We got Echo coming out in a couple months. But in terms of what we have to work with as the MCU in a whole, we're going to be doing a tier list. We got incredible, great, good, mid, and bad, and then terrible. Obviously,
these are our opinions.
We're going to have some takes. Some movies are going to be in some spots where people might disagree with. But like I said, it's our opinion. But we're on to the tiers. We're starting out Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. First, what year did this come out? Like 2006 or some bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Was not a very good movie. But for 2006, first MCU movie. Had no idea where they were going to go with that. You know, did they think they were going to be making the Marvels when they made The Incredible Hulk? No. So I'm going to go bad.
I'm also going to go bad. I'm also going to go bad.
From what I remember, before Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
With the change. He wasn't, I don't remember that guy's name, but he did a fine job.
The design of the Hulk is the best it's looked ever.
Mm-hmm.
I just think for the time period in this movie, because this seemed like at the time a one-off because they didn't really have anything set up for the MCU.
Yeah.
But next one, then we get into the first Iron Man.
Fucking banger, bro. Their first banger.
I'm trying to keep an open mind because I'm going to go good here.
I'm going to go great.
You're going to go great?
Personally. Iron Man was the first movie I had seen in the MCU. I didn't watch The Incredible Hulk first. I watched Iron Man, and that is a movie that I have rewatched. I probably rewatched the Iron Man 1 the most out of anyone. It's in my top 10.
So it's the OG.
It's the OG. We set up the greatest hero we've had, I think. Villain's not very good, but you get his story, in the cave. Whoever that guy is that helped him, I don't remember his name, was fire. Just a great story.
I'm gonna go with great because
escaping,
you don't have any of this other stuff without.
Bro, he escaped. Heard that they were killing motherfuckers again 3 days later. Said, "All right, give me the suit again. I'm gonna go over, kill him. All right, I'll be back."
So
that's crazy.
We're gonna go with great.
You gotta go with great.
Iron Man 2.
Mid.
I'm gonna go with mid.
Hella mid.
I'm gonna go with mid.
They went just a couple weird ways with this one.
Yeah.
With the villain, and I don't know. He got hella drunk all the time. This was a weird one.
Yeah.
Just mid.
The first Thor.
God, I've only seen the first Thor like once or twice.
I'm gonna go mid just because it was boring. I don't think it was very...
It's just something I'm not gonna go back and watch.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with mid.
That's when he goes back to Earth, right? He gets sent back to Earth, loses his glory, finds Jane. You know what? I'm on the hate Jane Foster train. Any movie she's in,
just not a fan.
Just not a fan of, honestly.
All right.
Mid.
First Captain America movie. Personally, I'm going great.
I'd go good, personally, but it's good. It's a very good movie.
We'll put it in good, just because
we'll sets up some incredible stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to the second and third one.
Chris Evans.
First Avengers.
I think this movie aged beautifully.
Yes.
I think people kind of hated it for not hated it, but like disliked it a little bit for a minute. I think it aged beautifully. I'm gonna go great.
I gotta go
first
Incredible.
Team Up. You go Incredible?
I gotta
okay,
go Incredible.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I think just for the first like,
team
superhero team up movie, you couldn't have done it any better.
Fire. This and Incredible, not Incredible. This one and Iron Man 1. Avengers 1 and Iron Man 1 were the first two movies that I was like heavy into before any of them.
So now we're on to Iron Man 3.
Another banger. I'll go good.
I'm gonna go good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go good.
I'll stay off great. You know what? We'll just go one Iron Man and great.
Yes.
Iron Man 3, another really good movie. Villain was... some people really love Villain. I forget his name, but...
It's cool how they... The only cool part, I think, because we rag about Secret Invasion, I think it's cool how they referenced the villain of this movie with his powers.
Yeah.
In that movie. When it comes of, like, the serum and everything else like that.
Yeah. Happy Hogan was fire in that movie as well.
I think we gotta go...
Funny movie.
I think this next one got to be terrible. Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, no.
I think we got to go terrible.
Movie.
First terrible movie on the board.
It was awful, just more Jane Foster. Villain was ass. Those dark elves. I remember that one. It was just so ass.
It's crazy how impactful of a scene it is for a character of Loki to see, like, to be kind of the reason that leads up to his mom dying.
Oh yeah.
That's such an impactful scene in such a bad movie. The movie had bits and pieces of like bits and pieces of very good shit, but the movie overall was just bad.
Yeah, he really like did that shit. Though.
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Incredible.
I think you have to go Incredible.
Incredible. Choreography, the story, the fucking twists, characters. Winter Soldier. I mean, come on.
I think because I said this before we started recording. Like, if the MCU wasn't a thing, and like how they did the Dark Knight trilogy. I think if they had just a simple Captain America, the Captain America trilogy with Chris Evans, if they had those three movies, I think it would have been just fine without the outside portion of the MCU. Mm-hmm. I think those movies would have been just fine. But I think it could have even been up there with, like, the Dark Knight trilogy in terms of just, like, a trilogy of movies of how good it was. But it does get ragged on because it's an MCU. But I think the three Captain America projects are fucking phenomenal. And obviously you can't really have Civil War without the whole MCU and everything else. But this movie in particular, I think
Winter Soldier.
I think this could have been a one-off movie, and it would have been doing just fine.
Some of the best fighting in the whole MCU. Amazing.
OG Guardians.
Damn, Guardians 1. I'm gonna go good.
You're gonna go good?
Yeah. Or great. I don't know. It could go great.
I'm gonna leave.
That was one with Ronan, right? Ronan was a bad guy.
I'm gonna go with good.
It was good. I mean, yeah, really good movie. First one, big team up. I think a lot of people's favorite team up movies.
Yeah.
Over the Avengers and any, but very good setup movie.
Next one, Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Probably the worst of the Avengers movies. But
slept on.
I like it a lot. So
slept on.
I think Ultron's fire. Ultron. They obviously could have done more. I think they could have done more with him, but that's when we get introduced to Wakanda. Bunch of good stuff.
I'm gonna go with good. We'll revise the list at the end of it. Ant-Man.
God damn it, Ant-Man. Ant-Man's good. You know what? It's good. Or mid. It can go. You could put it in mid. I'd be fine with it too. But Ant-Man's funny.
I think we gotta go mid. I just don't think it's
Paul Rudd's great.
I don't think it's on the tier of our good tier of movies.
Because it's just like a different kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's just like a feel good in the middle of it. Yeah. Fine.
Captain America: Civil War. I'm gonna go great.
Yeah, I'd go great.
I'm gonna go great.
I don't want to go incredible. I think it's a little step below
Winter Soldier.
Basically just Avengers 2.5.
This is a lot. There's a lot going on in the movie. I think they did a very good job with the ending. I love the ending when it's basically a 2-on-1 with Iron Man, Winter Soldier, and Captain America.
Underrated villain.
Yes.
Zemo.
Super underrated villain. We got mad love for Zemo.
Much love for Zemo. This will not be the last time you hear about Zemo in this episode.
Doctor Strange.
Wow. Like, I just forget this movie exists sometimes. like I want to say mid, like Loki. Like it could go in good, but like I remember that villain was like whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it can go in good because I remember the ancient one was fire. Does she die in this movie?
Yes.
Too? Yeah. Good movie. That scene was fire. She slowed down the lightning and shit right before she died.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm personally going
Fights
mid.
his dad.
I'm personally going mid.
I would keep it in the good because I just think all the Guardian shit is good. But if you go to, I think it's a little bit step below Guardians 1.
Okay.
A little
still
bit
put
step
it in
below.
good because I feel like we're gonna have a good take about.
I think it's still
the
great.
third one.
Still good.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, yeah. I just told you I've only watched this movie once. I ain't gonna lie. You've been in terrible. Are you putting in terrible?
No.
Oh, okay. I would go mid or bad compared to other Spider-Man stuff. Obviously I've seen all the other Spider-Man movies, and like,
I'm gonna go good.
Whatever. Well, you're going good.
I'm gonna go good.
All right.
I love Vulture. I love Michael Keaton being Vulture. I think he did a great job for being just more grounded in his motives. I mean, he's really just trying to take care of his family. I mean, that's his whole purpose and everything else. That's why he's selling all this Avengers shit and like from the first Avengers movie. And I love the character of Vulture. I like just the whole relationship he had with Tom Holland Spider-Man in this movie because he's taking his daughter to Homecoming and everything else like that. And this is like...
Ooh, we see young Prowler in this movie too.
Yes. So I think I gotta go good. I think it's a good origin story. It's a good kind of starting point for Tom Holland Spider-Man in his first own movie.
I'm fine with that.
He didn't have too much Iron Man in this movie at all, so I think I'm gonna put it in good.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Thor Ragnarok.
Gotta go great. I don't want to go incredible though.
No, I think great is fine. I think
great movie.
Just fine.
Fucking, the actors are amazing. Mark Ruffalo's great. Comes back in. Love Valkyrie.
Revived the entire character of Thor.
Yeah, it was really, he needed that because
yes.
Fuck, he's had a bad fourth movie. I mean, fuck, man, you've been good in Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War.
Yeah.
And those are the only two good movies you're in.
Yeah.
It feels like. I mean, obviously the other Avengers you're good into.
But. Black Panther. I think we gotta go Incredible, man.
You put Incredible?
I think we have to.
That's fine.
I think I went and seen this movie multiple times. Like this is
Michael before my time.
The only bad thing I've seen about this movie or been talked about with is kind of the fight scene at the end.
Oh yeah, and I can see that. With like them fighting on those rails and shit.
But like I said, I'm a sucker for a villain with good motive. Mm-hmm. Like he has great motive.
Fucking villain, bro. Killmonger.
Michael B. Jordan killed the fucking role, and it's just being introduced. This is like a very good movie for the time period it came out in, and I just think it took over the world. It did. Like it really did.
It went crazy at the box office. Mm-hmm. Fucking Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Fire role. Sadly, we didn't get him for a second one, but I mean, shit.
Now,
great, incredible movie.
Avengers: Infinity War.
Incredible,
gotta go. I think it's the best movie the Marvel's ever made.
You think so?
Yes.
You might be right.
I
like it better than Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, it's more like Thanos' movie.
Yes,
honestly,
and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No,
I think they could pivot more towards that.
I really wish I could have seen that movie in theaters.
Yes, when it came out. You were late to the MCU. You were watching late. All of it in order. And
me in my room by myself.
Yeah, watching it.
Wishing I could be in a theater right now.
Watching it live, how the movie ended. You get the Captain Marvel post cred. It's insane to see. I've never seen a movie theater so quiet after a Marvel movie like ever.
Yeah.
This is just all around. This is what Marvel is all around right here. Avengers: Infinity War.
Yep.
Then
they did it.
Endgame.
I mean, I think it's also got to go in Incredible.
You have to.
Certain parts of it that I think could bring it down a little bit, but I mean, just the ending, the ending to
the last
a whole
hour.
10 years.
The ending of that movie, the last hour and 5, hour and 10, is just peak.
Craziest. It's peak. Yeah,
it's just peak.
First act and second act are a little slow, but I mean, once you get into it, I mean, masterpiece.
And then first movie after this, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Like, I'm gonna say the same thing. It could be mid. You could put mid. You could put it in good. You could put it in bad. And
I'm gonna go mid. I do love Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. I think that was a fire cast.
God, I hate how they do fucking Zendaya in these movies. Yes. I hate it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go mid. I think this is just a good spot because I would take all these movies above it.
Then you set up they set up the scrolls for just for fucking shit ass secret invasion.
Yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Bad movie. You know what? No hate. It's just like it came out in a realm of Thor Ragnarok, Infinity War, Endgame, Captain Marvel, and it's just. I mean, Captain Marvel's right here too.
Yes, and then
bad. Terrible. It could be in terrible. You know what? I wouldn't argue it. But
I want to
Brie Larson. You know what? No, put it in bad.
I want to give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it ain't terrible. Gives us a lot of, one of the most overpowered superheroes. A lot of origins about it. Cool. A little bit of young Nick Fury.
Yes. Now we're into TV shows.
Shit.
WandaVision.
What do you think, man? You have a little bit of a questionable take on... Not questionable to me on WandaVision.
I think right now, my ranking of this, it's between mid and good.
Wow.
I think there's so much that could have been done with that fucking ending. So much. Like, where the fuck is White Vision? God, where's White Vision? Man. We still don't know where White Vision is. But I just think the Mephisto shit...
You didn't have to bring in Mephisto.
No,
you didn't have to.
You didn't have to, but I think...
Wish they could have done more with fucking Quicksilver. Or like fake Quicksilver.
I think
they could have done a bunch of shit.
I'm fighting with myself right now. Because I'm ranking it during the live, when it's coming out, it's probably in great. But looking back on it, I think it's just got to be in good. I think it's just.
I'm okay with it being good. I personally would go great, but like I can see it has some flaws. When I was watching, I was like, "Damn, I really wish they would have done this."
Yeah.
And I could see how it could be in good. Mm-hmm. And then like now they're going with the whole Agatha Harkness show. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, we're just doing a little too much there. Okay. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
God damn it! I love this show.
I love it.
Really like this show.
Really like it.
People don't like it. I really like it.
Villain. People have arguments about the villain and everything else.
The villain's so mid. The villain is so mid.
It's mid. Dude,
but like, I liked the story behind it. Yes. We're displaced after the blip. It's continuation. I know, but this is after the spot where people are, oh, we don't need more MCU stuff. So people hated it. Mm-hmm. But we're dealing with the implications of the blip.
It's good.
Bucky and Falcon. Come on.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. I could say it's great. But we'll keep it tame.
I could also say it's great.
Was it the top of great? Oh, top of good? Oh, yeah. First Captain America. You watching the first Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier? I think I'd rather watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
We're just going to leave it where it's at. Yeah.
Man.
And then we don't even need to talk about it.
We don't need to talk about it at the top. Incredible. Season 1 and 2, they went across 2 years and said, you know what, fuck it, we'll do it again.
Yeah, Loki, incredible. Now, Black Widow. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is.
It's not.
I think it's mid. I think it's
mid to good.
Mid to good.
We can put in mid. Everybody else. I think everybody else would put in bad to terrible.
Movie that got fucked over because of the time period it came out in.
Yeah, David Harbour. Good.
If this movie dropped at the time period where it was, the time period they're at in the movie, in the cinematic universe, so this would have came out after the events of Civil War,
it would have been so much better. We've done so much better because like the characters are actually good.
Yes.
I don't know why there's so much hate. I get that the CGI was bad.
Yes,
some of that.
Big David Harbour.
But like, how she fucking breaks her nose to kill the fucking guy. Mm-hmm. Fucking fire. The fact that Taskmaster was his daughter. I don't know if in the comics that's like a big thing. That I know that it's not his daughter in the comics. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's like people hated that. But
I think he would have been fine leaving him unmasked, leaving that as a question for the audience, and leaving.
Well, she's going to be in Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I think you could have left that unmasked. In case you didn't have a perfect casting for who you wanted to play that, you could have left a mask on.
You know what? I'm going to tell him. I think you bring in Kang into this Thunderbolts movie, kill off her, and then you kill off Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, who's also going to be in the Thunderbolts, and then you find one other fucking anti-villain that's going to be in Thunderbolts that we don't care about. You'll make King scary again.
See, they just won't do that.
They just won't do that.
They just won't do that.
You.
Ooh, what if?
What if?
What
you
if?
love What If.
Well, season 2's dropping.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah, December. Over Christmas, which is, I think, a really cool way to do it. Over the course of 9 days.
I gotta go great.
You're going great?
I gotta go great.
Wow.
Listen.
I think it was cool that they told us that nothing was connected, and then it all ended up connecting at the end. I thought that was pretty cool.
I think the potential of what they do with What If is just fire. Like, you could see a whole series just on Marvel Zombies, and that was just one singular episode in that show.
Yeah.
And they've talked about doing that, and I think the creativeness and just the different potential possibilities that you can see out of a What If show. The trailer just dropped like a week ago for the second season. Just looks fucking fire. Looks clean. I love everything that they did with the first season, and we'll see more of the MCU characters that have just came into the fold into this next one. And the first season, like the Ultron episodes are just so fucking great. I just think I gotta go great. I think has my watching experience was huge when it was coming out week to week.
Yeah, I'd go good, so I'm fine with great.
Shang-Chi.
See, me personally, I'm going great. I think it's a great origin story.
Give me a villain with a good motive.
Best fighting since Winter Soldier. You know what? It was a questionable motive, but like it was a motive that made sense to the story.
Yeah.
And it brought in a bunch of cool stuff. You know.
Then you got the post cred.
Brings in a whole new world. We got dragons and shit.
Yeah.
We got karate and fucking.
Yeah. Then you got
cool shit going on.
Good post cred too.
Great post cred. He gets introduced to Captain Marvel and Wong.
He's an Avenger now. Funny movie, good cast.
No, so is she. She's something too.
It is great.
That movie's great. I can't wait for Shang-Chi.
It is great.
And apparently Shang-Chi is going to be one of the leads in the zombies, Marvel zombie stuff. Also going to be fire.
Yes.
Going to be fucking fire.
Eternals. Listen.
God damn it.
Listen.
Another thing I like.
I'm sorry.
Everyone else hates.
God.
It's a good show. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I think we gotta go.
It's a good movie.
I think we gotta go mid.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Gotta go mid.
Such a long.
As much as I liked it, because it just felt like something fresh for Marvel from what we were seeing. So a whole new cast of characters.
Whole new cast. I think they could have brought it down like 4 characters.
Yes.
It was like 10 people, right? You could have had it been like 6 and like chilled out a little bit. We could have been great.
I gotta go mid though because that good tier is looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I get it. It just sets up a whole new world for me, and I think it's really cool if they keep that world in there.
Yes.
The twist is great.
You have a very good.
The villain, like he goes from a hero to a villain. I don't remember his name. Fire character.
Icarus.
Flies too close to the sun.
We've set up the whole kind of Blade.
Icarus Kang variant. Flew too close to the sun.
And then the post credit, you set up all the Blade shit and everything else like that,
which has not been touched since. What was that guy's? The other guy, Dark Knight.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. See, boy, he is not coming back.
Hawkeye.
God damn it! Good show. It's a good show. It's a good Christmas show. They fucked up with Kingpin. Bad writing, but Hawkeye's character is amazing.
Fire.
Kate Bishop's fire.
Kate Bishop's so fire. Yeah, well, Elena in here.
It's just the
twist with the mom.
Yep, it's just a great handing down the mantle of a superhero.
It is.
And coincidentally, Jeremy Renner gets his fucking foot ran over.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's done. Probably. I don't know. Maybe come back. All love. He's probably chilling now. Maybe.
I'm sorry. Are we going good?
Yes. Oh. Yes.
Are we going?
Because that's better than like Iron Man 2. Come on. And Thor. Come on. It's better than Thor and Ant-Man. It's got to go in the good.
Gotta go in the good.
Like, we're going to have a lot of stuff in good because they make a lot of good, not great stuff.
Yes.
Like, they make a lot of good stuff that's good, not great, not terrible.
Mm-hmm. All right.
No
Way Home.
No Way Home.
Got a hot take. It's not... Fuck. It's great. It's not incredible. We've definitely talked about my gripes with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
These villains were getting sent back to die. Did Spider-Man Peter Parker help them? Yes. But the only person who wanted consistent smoke in this movie was Green Goblin. Green Goblin, William Dafoe, made the whole film. I understand we got all the Spider-Man on the same screen. William Dafoe as Green Goblin made the entire film. He wanted all kinds of smoke. The whole scene...
It's really just those two people. Like, if the fact that we got the three Spider-Men and him coming up and fucking everything up, it makes the film.
I think the best scene... One of the best scenes like in Marvel for me is when he's using his spider sense when he's helping everybody out in Happy Hogan's apartment.
Yeah.
And the spider sense is like going off, and he sees it. And then you have the whole fight scene, then you have Aunt May dying. I'm putting it in good. I'm putting it in great.
Andrew Garfield catches MJ.
Yes. No! I'm going to put it in great, not incredible. Only problem I have is I don't like how some of the villains ended up. I think you could have had two villains ended up being like bad.
Fucking Electro. Yes. Like, what's going on?
Yes. I think... And
the Lizard. What was going on there?
Love Jamie Foxx as Electro. I think if they used just regular Jamie Foxx in Andrew Garfield's universe, the movie just does better.
Yeah.
Instead of just making them blue. But I'm going to go great, not incredible.
I'm fine with that. Because I think, it misses in a few spots. But it kind of just got overshadowed by the fan stuff.
Moon Knight. Pass this off to you.
I think it's a great show. Not great. It's good. It's a good show. It had a really bad ending, man. Finale fell flat.
So are you putting it over Hawkeye?
I put it on like the same tier as Hawkeye, honestly. Maybe a little bit below Hawkeye, but I don't think it's mid. You know what? Yeah, it is mid. Put it in mid.
Mid.
Yeah. Just because finale does kind of hurt it a little bit. Mm-hmm. There's a few characters, like his love interest is just kind of like there most of the time. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for you, but they do some questionable shit with her. But like, I love the idea. And then there's some stuff in like the first episode that is insane in the cinematics. Now, they said it took way too long. Like, it took them like a year to get some of these shots done when it should not have taken that long.
No.
But in the end, they got it done, and it was very cool. Yeah. Villain was interesting motives, but weird execution of like what he was doing.
Multiverse of Madness.
You love this movie, right? And it's up there for you. I am not as big of a fan of this movie, personally. I think it's good.
I'm going mid.
Oh, really? You're going mid? Okay.
I'm going mid. I just don't like how the fact that we're making Doctor Strange duck smoke the entire fucking movie and run half the time. Especially he's just running from Wanda, who they made. Okay, I understand Scarlet Witch is very, very, very powerful. Mm-hmm. She is utterly OP.
Can we talk about why, like, these characters aren't allowed, like, the actors aren't even allowed to know what's going on in other shit? Because she was doing, like, WandaVision, and she had no idea that she was going to become, like, a villain in Multiverse of Madness. People in Multiverse of Madness had no idea what was going on in WandaVision. This
did get hurt because of COVID, because this was supposed to come out, I want to say, a month or two right after WandaVision. So you're supposed to get WandaVision, and then the next project was this. So they had it planned out perfectly. Just COVID shut everything down.
Well, I wonder, like, but like, I feel like even if that, we still missed some stuff in between. Like, there was some storytelling issues between that. Like, they needed to have something in between, whether it was another post-credit, another 15 minutes in the beginning of the movie to set up with her. I don't know.
I think it's very... I just think some of the... You made Wanda too OP.
Like, literally at the end of WandaVision, she's all sad. You know, you fixed everything. You're this good guy. You made everybody happy now. And then 20 minutes later, you're just a fucking bitch that wants to kill America Chavez and take over everything? No.
Yeah. There could have definitely been... There is motive because she's lost everything like that and everything. So, I mean... I'm going to put it in mid just because I feel like some of the stuff was cool, but they didn't execute it the right way. Mm-hmm. I think the whole Illuminati shit's fire. And then they just get kind of folded by WandaVision and... No, Wanda and fucking Soccer Mom jeans. Mm-hmm. So they kind of all get kind of folded.
Yeah.
Very OP. I just think it was a little too OP. They could have definitely powered up Doctor Strange a little bit. And then you have Wanda be so fucking OP, and then you have America Chavez hit her with a couple of rights, and then
like
show her some shit from another universe, and I'm just like, oh.
It just like fixes everything.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
And like the Fantastic, like Mr. Fantastic got fucking folded.
Yeah.
Everybody got folded.
Yes.
I think they should have put up a little bit more of a fight.
And then the end credits were obviously haven't gone anywhere yet.
No, that sick scene with fucking Professor X though.
Yeah.
He went inside of his head. Yes. Or her head or whatever. Whoever's head we were in. Fucking murked his shit. No, that was sick.
I'm gonna go mid though. I'm gonna go mid. I'm gonna go mid. I think America Chavez is gonna be great for the MCU going forward.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be in Young Avengers too.
Yes, it's gonna be great going forward. I think this is a really good setup movie to kind of Doctor Strange going into his third film.
Yeah, weird post credit going into fix an incursion.
Yes.
Maybe he's gonna level up.
Yes, I think
is he Strange Supreme? Does he go into? Yeah, I don't know.
They had some cool shit. Some execution was questionable, so I'm gonna put it in mid.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, another good show. I think it was another very good origin. We've now seen her in the Marvels. Iman Vellani is amazing. It has the same like vibe with how her family was in the show, and it's 6 episodes or something. So like, it's a lot of fun. Another cultural, like Moon Knight had its own little cultural vibe to it. Mm-hmm. She has her own little cultural vibe to the show. The villain is so like ass, and another like ass finale because of how ass the villain was, and just like weird motives to go back to this spot that they wanted to go back to. Not really executed well. I don't know. And then they had to go against like damage control and shit. But very good show of like her origin though.
Okay. So are we going mid or good?
Man, go mid.
Mid.
We can just keep on the same thing as Moon Knight. I compare Moon Knight and Miss Marvel are kind of like the same.
Okay.
Same coin.
Then
different heads, the same coin.
God, Thor: Love and Thunder. Terrible. Fucking terrible. Like, you get Christian Bale to be a big bad MCU, very powerful big bad too, and then we want to do kid fan service. Not even fan service, just kid fan service. We want to sell toys. We don't want to sell the good products. And then I was like kind of like...
Eat my hammer.
Eat my... Writing, Jane Foster.
Come on.
Don't bring her back.
You guys knew that wasn't going to be good.
Do not... Just don't bring her back.
What are we doing?
Don't bring her back. She's in Valhalla right now. Don't bring her back.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay.
Who was? I think Connor asked me, you think they're going to bring Valhalla back? How you going to bring Valhalla back? That's heaven. What are you doing?
And then I'm looking at like the ending of the movie. I'm sitting here. All right, bet we're getting the black and white scene.
Fire.
Yep. Needed more of that.
That's what we needed. That's the vibes we needed.
Valkyrie in this movie. Fire. We love that. We need that. But the ending, when he gives all these kids powers, I'm just like, I'm done. We
got these kids fighting.
Yes.
He still makes it to eternity, and then we like just adopt his kid. We just take his kid.
And then they're just forcing jokes down.
Yeah.
And then
the fucking goats.
And then you have
the goats. It was a good joke the first time.
Yes.
The laughing.
I laughed.
The screaming.
I laughed.
But bringing it back.
Yes.
4 times throughout the movie, I did not need.
And then you have the Zeus and that whole plot, and then you have Hercules via the post credit.
That was so weird. We do not need Hercules.
I'm just like,
can we just get normal Zeus? Come on.
Why is he wearing a skirt? I'm not at a comedy show. I love comedy. See, the comedy in where is it at? The comedy in
Ragnarok.
The Marvel's movie
that
just came out. That's fine. The comedy in Ragnarok is fine. We like that. We need that. Thor: Love and Thunder comedy. We don't need that. We don't want that.
Especially when like the villain is like a
killer. He's a killer.
Like what are we doing? Why are we making it?
He wiped the face with the whole like city or world or something in the movie, and then we got no shots of it. I wanted to see gore in action more.
Yeah,
this is Christian Bale we're talking about. We need to see him on screen
even
more.
When he came to the new Asgard and just started like fucking popping up and down and shit. That shit was sick.
Yes,
the vibes with the shadow monsters. It was hella cool. We just could have gotten.
We needed more. It's in the terrible, and it sucks because I had high expectations for this.
I don't gotta see him Chris Hemsworth naked, just fucking chilling in front of Zeus.
I don't. And then like now we get Hercules, but Thor.
I don't think that's gonna happen. By the way, that's not gonna happen.
The next Thor movie, new director.
Hercules doesn't need to be in it. It just doesn't need to be that. Just make it something different.
We need a dark Thor movie again.
Dark. I don't know. Ooh. I mean, at this point, he's lost everybody. So like, fuck. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You got. What's dark at this point? You ain't gonna lose anything.
She-Hulk.
Did you watch She-Hulk?
No, I did not. So this is on you.
I'm gonna go bad, not terrible. They do some like fourth wall breaking, which is cool.
I saw that was one of the big things that kind of got it popping for a second was the fourth wall breaking and everything else with Daredevil and shit.
Yeah, which is cool, and Daredevil's in it.
Yeah,
which is cool. But like weird, just weird shit that they forced.
Then Hulk has a kid now somehow.
Oh, they brought back fucking the guy from Incredible Hulk, the bad guy, the guy who makes himself the Bad Hulk.
Yeah,
they bring him back, which is funny. He's actually, I think he does good in it.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like they force it in the another terrible finale, for fuck's sake. And they in the finale they like force him to do some weird shit, like become a villain with some like social media guy. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Another project I didn't get around to watching at the time of when it came out, Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, Werewolf by Night's good. I'm gonna put that in good. But it's just like a small, it's 45 minute fucking special. It's a little Halloween thing. It's just a whole new world. Brings in like monsters and like vampire hunting, stuff like that. Very cool. Brings in some characters that I think are going to be in it in the future. Maybe not huge roles, but pretty cool. It was a fun little thing. And in black and white. So, it was nice. It was scary.
Wakanda Forever. I'm going great.
You think it was great?
Yeah, like I'm going great. I think the scene with Michael B. Jordan is one of the best scenes in the entire MCU as a whole. And just like how good
the emotion behind the movie.
Yes.
It was fire.
I'm going to go great. I loved Namor. I loved how they made Namor look. I love like how they made his powers look in the movie. And then the whole
Queen, she's amazing in every time she plays it.
And then what was I gonna say? The suit that Shuri wears was kind of a combination of like Killmonger, T'Challa. I just think the fighting scenes with Namor were fire, and I think just the whole emotion that went into making this movie.
There's a lot of emotion.
I gotta go great. I have to go because there's a lot of talks about like who are they gonna recast as Black Panther. They could still do that, and I think just the pure emotion. I think I think it's probably one of the more forgotten movies.
It 100% is.
I think it's 100%. One of the more forgotten movies. I think Wakanda Forever is a very good movie. You explore the entire like Namor's whole civilization and everything else, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And then you get Ironheart in this, who's fucking great.
Yeah, she did very good. I think people hate on that a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with great. And then Ant-Man Quantumania. This is
so hated on for no reason, bro. No, not for no reason. There's reasons, but like we're gonna switch from Kang because of this movie.
Obviously, some for the trial and everything else. But I get what you're saying.
I don't know, man.
The bad parts of this movie shouldn't determine why the movie is bad, if that makes sense. Like Ant-Man's daughter, that's just bad writing. The villain from the first one being MODOK. I thought
that's good writing.
I thought MODOK had good. I thought MODOK was funny, and I think MODOK CGI. You can't. Okay, you're not gonna have MODOK in a live action movie like that look anything better than what it was.
Yeah, like what do you want? What do you guys want him to look like?
Yes, I don't know what people want him to look like. Listen, Kang. We love that. We need that. Ant-Man's daughter's writing. We don't want that. We need to be better. The only thing, somebody had to die. I'm sorry.
Somebody had to die.
Somebody had to bite the bullet and die.
It had to be Janet. Sorry, it just had to be. You had to just kill her. You know, he literally has beef with her.
Yes.
Why not just kill her? Mm-hmm. We don't need her.
I do think.
Fucking whatever the grandpa's name is. Not the grandpa, but the guy, old Ant-Man. I can't remember his fucking name. He's amazing. He does so good in this fucking film.
I can't
He's
think
so
of his
funny.
name.
Yeah, I can't think of his fucking name. Hank Pym. Yes, Hank Pym. He's amazing in this film.
Yeah,
he's hilarious. Mm-hmm. They don't give him a lot of screen time, but it's just a little bit less.
His moments, he is funny.
His moments, he's very, very funny.
I will say, I think the ending doesn't get talked about enough. I think because we talked about how he could be in a whole different universe and he doesn't even know it.
Or like affected by something. Something's different.
Because even he's going through like the daily routine like it was at the start of the movie. He's like, what if I did fuck up? And it kind of goes on. I thought that whole thing, leaving the door open for that, was great.
It was crazy. It was like colors were different. People were wearing Kang colors all around him. The cake was like purple. Like the balloons were purple. He was like questioning everything. Bro, that shit was crazy. I guarantee that has something to do with, like, something.
I'm going to go
He's
mid.
not in the same spot.
I'm going to go mid, but most people would put it in bad and terrible.
Most people would put it in bad and terrible. I would go mid. Kang is just really good. You need to kill somebody. Yeah. You need him not to get killed, like, not to get beaten by ants.
Yeah.
I'm okay with him being beaten.
Yeah.
But not by ants. You got to figure out a way
to find out in Loki that his location's unknown.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's not he did not get killed. And I hate how everyone says that he got killed. He got beat by ants. Yes. He did not get killed by ants. He literally escapes them.
Some big fucking ants.
Yeah, big fucking ants. They've been big ants. They've been stewing for thousands of years.
Yes, they're smart and they're big.
So I don't know. Good mid movie.
Yes.
Not even close to as bad. I think it's a good Jonathan Majors movie too. Good Kang movie.
Guardians 3.
Incredible. I think it's got to go incredible. Finishes our whole timeline with those characters. Sends them off. There's a few gripes. Like they could have done. I'd be forgetting all the names. The gold guy, Adam Warlock. They could have done him so much better.
I think it's cool how
he was funny. Yeah, they could have done him a little bit better. Give him a little bit more screen time.
Don't be rash.
Give him just more time fighting with. Like just make him like turn over to the Guardian side a little bit earlier. And have a chance to fight with them a little bit, maybe. This is what I'm talking about. Villains who are about the smoke. Villains about the smoke.
A dark plot, darker tone. You're ending off probably the most beloved characters in the whole MCU. And then
answers all our questions about, Rocket's past.
And then movie starts out, action right away. Bam.
So bam, we get attacked.
Yes, immediately.
Peter Quill drunk? Nah,
drunk as fuck, going through
Get up.
And then High Revolutionary.
Yeah.
He cooked.
Yeah, he cooked.
He for sure cooked.
He was, dude, like, just... He was great. The emotion he showed, like, when he was screaming, great.
And then the fight scene in that, like, I guess if you want to call it a hallway, that whole fight scene.
Oh, yeah, with the... What was playing in the background?
It was like, Beastie Boys? Don't Sleep Till Brooklyn.
No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Great
scene.
I have to go incredible. With the whole villain and everything else, I just...
sending everybody off, man. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not going to see a lot of those characters again.
The holiday special.
It's just mid. I mean, mid or good. It's just a holiday special. This was even smaller than something like Moon Knight. It was just, what did they do? They went to Earth and like picked up Kevin Bacon. Yeah, they went to Earth, picked up Kevin Bacon. Like, or not even like they took him. Like they took his shit. Like it's on the papers and everything. He got abducted.
Secret Invasion.
Like I want to go terrible.
They had so much potential.
So much potential. First few episodes weren't even bad. No, they were. First episode was bad. Why are we killing Maria Hill? No reason.
That was like...
There's no reason for it.
No, that was the second episode. The second episode where they killed her.
Either way. Sure. Didn't need to happen, and...
I just don't even know what to say. This was you. You said Secret Invasion. This shit gonna be...
Bro, because like, I was hyped for like a spy thriller, and that's not even what I got, bro. Like, I was excited, like, I'm a little scared. Who are we around? Is there Skrulls around? No. We knew who the Skrulls were the entire time. We didn't have any questionable people. We knew who it was. I hate
that Rhodey... The idea of Rhodey being a Skrull and how they executed it were two different... Because now it's like, him in Endgame... Like, how long was he a Skrull for? Yeah. So then you have those questions.
And, like, they're saying it's still Civil War. Like, you're just adding more questions and you're answering. You guys aren't even giving us anything that we want to see.
And then Gravik. You never see Gravik and Nick Fury talk face-to-face in the entire show.
When we see him talk face-to-face, fake, it's fire.
Yeah.
It's fire. Gravik's going crazy. He's actually saying shit.
He's spitting.
But no. He's talking to a fake Nick Fury. Yes. So it doesn't matter.
And then you just give... these two super Skrulls all these powers.
Which sucks because like Nick Fury is such a good character and he should be able to like he should have to like put up for his actions and like bro like he should have to say something.
Yeah.
He's not saying anything. He should have to.
Mhm. It's just fell flat on its face. And then we have where we're at right now, the Marvels.
The Marvels. Is it better than Thor? Or Ant-Man.
I think you have to go mid.
Is it better than Black Widow? I think I'd rather watch Black Widow.
I think it's on the same tier as Black Widow.
Yeah.
But it's better than She-Hulk in the first one. So it has to be mid.
It's worse than Hawkeye and WandaVision.
Has to be mid.
Has to be mid.
But looking at the list, wrapping it up, kind of doing... I think we got it pretty...
But bottom three... Thor Dark World, Thor Love and Thunder, Secret Invasion.
That makes sense. Fine.
Yeah. Bottom five, would you put... So, we got to make a bottom five and a top five out of these.
Okay.
So what are your bottom 2 from the bad tier? Gotta be She-Hulk. One's gotta be She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Probably like, I don't want to put too much hate on the Hulk. Probably Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp was dead ass just there for the post-credit scene.
Yeah, it's just, you're just there. Yeah, I think those are my bottom 5.
So, and then my top 5 is
Those.
Avengers, Winter Soldier. Ooh.
I'd say both. So Infinity War, Endgame.
Yeah.
Loki. Winter Soldier. Ooh, Black Panther or regular Avengers or Guardians 3. I don't think Guardians 3 makes it.
No.
I think I'd say Avengers 1 just because of the nostalgia behind it.
I'm going to go...
And probably Black Panther 6.
I'm going to go Infinity War, Endgame, Avengers. Black Panther, then Loki.
I'm going to go number 1, Infinity War. 2, Endgame. 3, Winter Soldier. 4, Loki. 5, Avengers.
I think that's fine.
6, Black Panther.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So. I think we're pretty solid on the list, but we will be posting the picture of our tier list on our Twitter at BarrelPod. But that's all we have for this week's episode of Marvel. We'll be back in the future with it. Thank you guys for tuning into the Barrel Talk podcast. Hope to see you in the future episodes.